You've probably heard Christian Bale's 4-minute meltdown on the set of Terminator Salvation. It's been a meme for over a decade. It got turned into a dance remix. It's one of the most quoted on-set rants in Hollywood history. What almost nobody connects to it is what happened to him in the same handful of days that summer, thousands of miles away, in a hotel suite in London. Batman was arrested, not over anything on a film set. His own mother and sister had accused him of assaulting them in the same week his biggest film ever was breaking box office records around the world. Two separate scandals involving the same actor in the same short stretch of the summer of 2008. One became a punchline, the other almost got buried under it. I'm Dan, and this is the week Christian Bale's public image should have taken real damage, laid out in the order it actually happened, because almost nobody remembers it in the right order. Christian Bale was born in Haverfordwest, Wales in 1974, and started acting as a child, landing the lead role in Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun at just 13 years old. The pressures of early fame followed him through adolescence, and by his 20s, he'd built a reputation for an almost obsessive approach to physical transformation, most famously losing an extreme amount of weight for 2004's The Machinist, then rapidly rebuilding muscle for his next role only months later. Colleagues consistently describe the same thing: total, uncompromising immersion in whatever the role demanded, with very little patience left over for anything that got in the way of it. That same intensity showed up as early as 2000 in American Psycho, where his commitment to playing a character that unsettling left more than one interviewer visibly unsure how much of it was performance. That intensity found its perfect outlet in 2005, when Christopher Nolan cast him as Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins, a role built on exactly the kind of physical and psychological commitment Bale had already made his signature. The film relaunched the franchise critically and commercially, and Bale became almost overnight the definitive modern Batman. His preparation for the role was described by directors and co-stars as relentless, the same trait that had defined his entire career now applied to the biggest platform he'd ever had. Critics and audiences responded to it immediately, and the film grossed well over $350 million worldwide, turning a franchise that had been creatively dormant into one of the studio's biggest ongoing bets. The sequel, The Dark Knight, went into production carrying its own weight. In January 2008, midway through post-production, co-star Heath Ledger died of an accidental overdose, casting a shadow over a film that was about to become one of the most anticipated releases in years, and turning Ledger's Joker performance into something audiences would watch under very different circumstances than anyone had planned. When The Dark Knight opened in the United States on July 18, 2008, it shattered opening weekend records, pulling in over $155 million in 3 days, on its way to a worldwide total north of $1 billion. By every external measure, Bale was at the absolute peak of his career. Internally, within his own family, something else was already building toward a breaking point. What happened over the next 4 days, on 2 different continents, involves the same actor losing control twice, in front of 2 completely different audiences. Stick around and hit subscribe, because almost nobody has ever laid these 2 stories out next to each other in order. On Sunday night, July 20th, 2008, in his suite at London's Dorchester Hotel, Bale got into a confrontation with his mother, Jenny, then 61, and his sister, Sharon, 40. According to reporting at the time, the dispute centered on a request for money, reportedly close to $200,000, to help raise Sharon's 3 children, and comments Sharon allegedly made about Bale's wife, Cebe. Sources close to the family told reporters Bale pushed or brushed his mother aside during the argument. She was not injured and did not fall. No one required medical attention, and no one called police that night. But by the next morning, his mother and sister had gone to a police station in southern England to file a formal complaint. Monday, July 21st, less than 24 hours after that argument, Bale attended the European premiere of The Dark Knight in London's Leicester Square, smiling for cameras and doing press for the film that was about to break records worldwide. Police had reportedly chosen to wait until after the premiere before contacting him, aware of what the timing could do to one of the year's biggest film releases. Bale walked the carpet with a formal complaint against him already sitting at a London police station. The next morning, Tuesday, July 22nd, Bale voluntarily attended a central London police station and was arrested in connection with an allegation of assault. He spent 4 hours in questioning before being released on bail without charge, then left with a 10-officer police escort in an unmarked car straight into a wall of photographers who'd been waiting outside. His lawyers issued a statement saying he denied the allegation entirely and had cooperated fully throughout. He later called the whole situation, quote, a deeply personal matter, end quote, and asked the public for privacy. A month later, Britain's Crown Prosecution Service announced there was insufficient evidence for a realistic prospect of conviction, and specifically noted that the wishes of his mother and sister were taken into account in that decision. He was never charged with anything. While all of that was unfolding in London, a separate incident from the same general window of time was sitting quietly on a hard drive 9 time zones away. During filming of Terminator Salvation in New Mexico that same July, cinematographer Shane Hurlbut walked onto the set to adjust a lighting setup while Bale was mid-scene with co-star Bryce Dallas Howard for the second time during that same take. Bale exploded, unleashing a profanity-filled tirade that ran nearly 4 minutes, screaming at Hurlbut to get off the set and threatening to have him fired if producers didn't act. Production executives were concerned enough about the outburst that they reportedly sent the audio recording to the film's insurance company as a safeguard in case Bale walked off the production entirely. In the recording, Bale can be heard demanding Hurlbut leave the set, then repeatedly asking him, quote, "Are you a professional or not?" end quote. As the crew stood frozen around them, the scene with Howard abandoned mid-take. For the rest of that summer, both incidents stayed only partially public. Vague reports of an on-set blow-up circulated in entertainment press within days of the arrest, but the actual audio never surfaced. The London case was formally closed in August 2008 with no charges filed. For a few months, it looked like both stories might simply fade the way most celebrity dust-ups do. They didn't. On February 2nd, 2009, TMZ published the full, unedited audio of the Terminator Salvation rant. 7 months after it was recorded, time to land just months ahead of the film's May release. It spread immediately and completely. Within days, it had been turned into a dance remix titled Bail Out, released the very same week, along with dozens of subtitled parody videos and reaction clips, becoming one of the most quoted celebrity meltdowns of the decade almost overnight. Unlike the London arrest, which had mostly faded from public memory by then, the audio made Bale's temper a punchline that followed him for years, repeated far more often than the far more serious allegation that had preceded it by only a matter of days. Bale addressed the leaked audio publicly, saying he'd already resolved things directly with Hurlbut on the day it happened, and the two continued working together for the rest of the production without further incident. Public reaction split along familiar lines. Some framed it as proof of the perfectionism that made his performances so effective, others as a straightforward case of an A-list star screaming at a crew member who couldn't scream back without risking his job. Both reactions existed at the same volume, and neither one meaningfully hurt him. Hurlbut himself never publicly condemned Bale over it in the years since, and the two have never spoken about the incident as anything other than settled, because it didn't. Bale finished the Dark Knight trilogy with The Dark Knight Rises in 2012, one of the highest-grossing films of that year. He won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for The Fighter in 2011. He picked up further nominations for American Hustle in The Big Short, transformed his body again to play Dick Cheney in 2018's Vice, and won a Golden Globe for it in January 2019, where his acceptance speech joke about Satan inspiring the performance briefly reignited chatter about the 2008 arrest when Cheney's own daughter referenced it publicly on social media that same night. Neither the assault allegation nor the leaked rant ever meaningfully slowed his career down. Set next to some of the other stories this channel has covered, that outcome is worth sitting with for a second. Bale was never charged with anything. The case against him was formally closed for insufficient evidence, at his family's own request. The Terminator rant, however uncomfortable to listen to, ended with an apology and a continued working relationship, not a firing. What actually followed him for years wasn't the accusation involving his own family, it was the 4 minutes of audio that made people laugh. Compare that to an actor who loses a role over a single leaked tweet, or a career that never recovers from an accusation with far less behind it. Bale's family dispute barely registers in most retrospectives of his career today. His shouting match with a cinematographer is still one of the first things people bring up. Whether that says something about which kinds of scandals Hollywood and the public actually remember is a fair question to sit with. I'm Dan. If this investigation into the weak Christian Bale's image should have taken a real hit surprised you, subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that got remembered wrong. Thank you for watching.